Hey guys, and welcome back to FedEx Gaming's it's not really a redstone tutorial, but there will be pretty much a tutorial in it. Now, I want to clarify a few things with this cauldron idea. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because I'm gonna man up a little bit because I did something wrong. I pretty much showed this build, but I didn't give the reason to why I showed this exact build. Now, some people were looking at this build when I built it, and they said it was too complicated. That's one. They said there's a much smaller design. Obviously, I already know it, guys. You guys can tell me stuff in the comment section below, but I've made almost 300 redstone tutorials. I know how redstone works, trust me. But there was a reason why I built it this way. And then there were some people. Now, I'm not naming people or anything like that, obviously, and a few of these people already know who they are, but that criticized it right off the bat. That didn't say, they didn't speak like an adult. Now, I know most of you are kids watching this, and that's absolutely fine. You're kids, you're still living your life, you got things to do and all that stuff. You're not an adult yet, you don't have to worry about any of that. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a life lesson that every adult already knows. Humans, as a human yourself, as a man, woman, or child, doesn't matter what you are, they're always going to defend themselves no matter what. Even if they're wrong, they're going to defend themselves. So even if you know someone is wrong, or if they're right and you're pretty much just lying because you're defending yourself, you always want to be on that person's side. You don't want to pretty much just charge in there and get right on their bad side, because all they're going to do is either criticize, lie, or just not even say anything back to you. That's the first thing, especially if you're saying it to a YouTuber or someone you even like, that if they did something wrong. If you say something to them like that, they're never going to respond to you. They don't care. So just don't do that. So what I mean by that is so if, let's say, here, I'm going to give a person A and a person B. Person B is in the right and person A is in the wrong. So here's person A. They're looking at this and they go, man, this build's retarded. I can make such a more simple design. You're so stupid, FedEx. Why the heck, blah, 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 did you make? Do you think a YouTuber is going to respond to that person? Do you really think they're going to respond to them? And if they do respond to them, do you think it's going to be something pretty? No. Now, if you said it as person B, where he's like, FedEx, why did you make this build this complicated? Is there a reason behind it? I know of a more simple design, but I want to know why you made yours like this. Is there something behind, things like that, You want to be on their good side, say stuff that is calming, and, then a person will react better to you instead of, straight up blatantly saying stupid stuff to you, or, getting into a fight, or just straight up ignoring you, which most big YouTubers are going to do. They're just going to ignore you. They don't want to hurt the channel or anything like that. So the obvious reason is to ignore you, and some will block you. I've done that. I've blocked a few people that have started cursing and saying stupid stuff on my channel. I don't care. I'll straight up block you. I don't need that on my channel. It's my channel. I can do whatever I want. Bye. But I obviously don't always do that. I only do that to people that start cursing like a little 6-year-old or something like that. And you're cursing at 6 years old, then obviously your parents are doing something wrong, but I'm not going to get into that. That's not the whole idea. Now, the reason why I made this video was I was pretty much manning up to my own fault. Now, I know now I didn't comment to a few people because obviously they talked like person A and not like person B, so I didn't care about them. But obviously, I was at a fault here because I didn't fully show why I chose this design. I just showed how to build it, and I didn't say why you should build it like this. I didn't give an explanation to why you should build it like this and no other way. So that was my fault. I didn't say that in the video, so I'm manning up right now and saying it because I'm an adult, and sometimes you just got to man up to your own, faults. You make a mistake, you got to just say, you know what, I was wrong. So I'm going to show in this video. Now, keep it in mind, we're going to come back to this one. I'm going to leave it the way I left it in the tutorial. If you want to build this design right here, you can I'll have a link to it. But as you can see, the door closes, the door opens up. Now, people were also saying, why didn't I call this a lever or button? It's not a button and it's not a lever. It's a cauldron input. This is not a button. This is not a lever. It's an input. Let's get that out of the way. The only reason I put button there is because more people would not a lot of people know redstone words and stuff like that. They don't know what inputs are. They don't know what outputs are. They don't know what circuits are. They're just starting up on redstone and they're trying to learn this stuff as they go along. So if I put button there, it would make more sense because then they're going, oh, so something's going to be opening up. If I put input there, they're going to go, huh, what the does that mean? What the fump does that mean? So I'm going to show, now we're going to go, I know this took a while and a whole little ranting life lesson crap like that. no one cares about anyway. So we're gonna make the simple cauldron. Now this, obviously I already knew this, and some people were also saying why like I didn't put a block and then a comparator and stuff like that. There's reasons why that is, because you won't be able to see the comparator, and then you're just wasting up space. With redstone, you want to waste as least space as possible. Obviously, looking at that, and you're going, man, you don't want to waste space. Like I said, this isn't gonna be looking like this going into the iron door. The iron door is just there for aesthetics. I could have chose a 3x3 door. I could have chose a 4x4 door. I could have chose the hidden room behind a bookcase door and all that. I just chose an iron door because it was the easiest thing for me to plop down during this tour. So, so we're gonna build an easy one. So people were saying this. Now I already know this, guys. I've had 300 redstone tutorials. I've done all this crazy stuff. You really don't think I know how to do this stuff? People still act like, you know, I'm new to redstone. It's really frustrating sometimes. So we're gonna get out a few blocks, and we're gonna go over what a few people were thinking. At least this is what I would think, what people were saying, and this is my obvious standpoint on this. So obviously I could have put a block and then a code, you know, whatever, but I want to keep it as small as possible. So if I put a comparator coming out of the cauldron, and I put 3 pieces of redstone dust with a repeater, and let's just have this repeater, let's say, going into a block with a, let's put an iron door here. You know, I could have put the iron door right in front of the repeater, but whatever. Let's put a block right there. So now if I put the water in, the door opens. If I take the water out, it closes. Now it does the same exact thing over there, and obviously it's a lot less redstone. But here's the problem where it comes into this. Now, I'm going to still be doing this, so don't worry. I'm not going to skip anything. This is just like a little step-by-step. So if you want to make something that honestly just opens the door with a cauldron like this, you can do that. You know, it's that easy, guys. If you want to do this, then there you go. There's the first simple design for this cauldron. Now we're going to move on. So when we walk into our door, so let's pretend this is our, you know, our door frame, whatnot. So we're inside our door. Okay, we're inside our door. Now, how are we going to close it? Now, I'm not done yet. Don't worry, I'm not done yet. So how are we going to close it with this design? I want to just ask those people a question. Like, how am I going to close it with this design? It's open. That's fine. It's open. But now this cauldron's on a full pulse. This cauldron's acting like a lever. So it's in the on position. So how do I turn that lever off? So now there's only one way you can honestly turn the lever off. So we're going to have to delete these blocks real quick. This is the only surefire way for you to delete this to make sure you can turn that off from the inside. So we're going to delete this right here, put a block here instead, put a repeater, and let's put our block right here, and then we're going to have it going into our iron door. So let me just go like this. So our iron doors open up. So now we have this block right here, which can be removed to cut the circuit off to close the door. So the only obvious reason, if you wanted to on the inside, you can go ahead and you could put a sticky piston right here. So let me get a sticky piston out. So we can put a sticky piston right here facing this block. Then we could put a, let's just go this way. We're gonna put a repeater going into this sticky piston, put a piston behind it, because what we're gonna have to do is make a monostable circuit. Hopefully you can, I make a lot of monostable circuits. And I'm sorry if I sound a little low, I'm still pretty sick, but we're gonna put a sand block behind it. That will create our monostable circuit. And then all we have to do is put some redstone dust here, like that, a block here, and then we're gonna put a button on this. You know, I don't want to use a wooden button. I don't know why. I don't like using wooden buttons too much. Let's use the stone button. So now we're on the inside of our door. Click this button, the door closes. Perfect. So now we can't go in, out. You can open it up from here. So you open up the door, you can go out, and then you can close the door from over here. That's the obvious way to make it work from the inside and the outside. But now there's a catch with this. When you're on the inside, now this is absolutely fine. If you want to build this, it's fine. This one works perfectly. It's good design. But the whole thing with mine is when you click the button now on the inside, guess what doesn't work anymore? The cauldron on the outside doesn't work anymore. Now some people can use this. Obviously that's a pretty good design right there. You know, you're inside in your secret area, pretend you got like a jet door or whatever, and you got chests in there and you don't want people going in there. This is a good idea, you know, because then if someone else uses the cauldron, it won't work. That's awesome, you know, that's a perfectly fine design. And that's why I said I was manning up to my video and saying that I was in the wrong because I wasn't showing why I built it that way. But as you can see, it's not really that much more redstone. I mean, all that's not here is one piston and a torch. As you can see, we have the normal 3 redstone dust, the repeater, a monostable circuit going into a T flip-flop. In mine, we have the 3 dust, repeater, monostable circuit going into a T flip-flop, and a falling edge monostable circuit. So that's only one extra thing we were adding to it. But then obviously I'm gonna have to add another monostable if I want to set it up with the button on the inside. So it's not really that much more resources in the first place. But it is, I guess it could be considered a little bit smaller. But like I said, it works the way it's supposed to work. Only the button on the inside, once it's closed, can only work on the inside. But then when you're on the outside, the cauldron no longer works. Now the reason why I made mine that way is so no matter what, the cauldron always works. So if I was to set up a button on the inside of mine, let's say, let's just make a quick easy one. I already know. I could set up just, a few redstone over here, but I'm just going to do it easy by just chucking a monostable circuit right here like that, because I don't feel like going into all that all that crud. Okay, so we're going to put a button here. So now if I press this right here, the door closes and the door opens up from the inside. So let's say I wanted to close it from the inside. So the door's closed from the inside. However, if I go outside from here, the cauldron still works. See, the cauldron still works no matter what. I click the button in here, boop, come out here, and the cauldron still works. That was the reason behind my build. My build, I wanted the cauldron to always work. The build was called a cauldron button. I wanted the cauldron to always work. That's the main reason behind why I built it this way. I just wanted the cauldron to always work. I didn't want it to not work at certain points of the build. I just wanted it to always work. So that was the whole reason behind that. So there you guys go. I've taught you an easier design right here. I'm pretty sure this is what the people were going with, and I understand it's pretty easy to do this one. I understand that. But then there was a reason behind mine, which I did not explain. I didn't explain that, the cauldron always works and stuff like that. I didn't go through any of that. So I'll man up to that whole thing and all that crud. But yeah, guys, there you go. There's another cauldron button if you want to make this one. Obviously, you could bring it back. You can always just have it as a lever to open the door once and come out and take it away. You can easily do that. You can easily do it to set it up where, the cauldron doesn't work from the outside once you click that button. Very easy design. As you can see, it's a very easy design. Or you can have the one where the cauldron and the button always work together. They always work. Nothing cancels the other one out or anything like that. So that's the 3 designs that you could possibly do with this. Obviously, there's probably even smaller designs. I don't know. Like I said in the video, well, I didn't say it in the video, but like I said in the title and the description, I never said this was a simple design. I was just giving you my 2 thoughts on it and how to build one. And then obviously with redstone, you can always make it smaller. Don't come to me as a means of end. There is no means of end for redstone. You can always make it better. You could always make it worse. You could always make it bigger, and you can always make it smaller. So I am no means to an end. So there you guys go. That is my little life lesson rant. Something you just don't want to care about. You're not going to care about this. You're going to see the video. Maybe you'll care about it for maybe a day, and then you'll forget. Trust me, that's how humans work. That's how I work. I remember something, and I'll feel bad, and then the next day I'm all happy giddy, and I don't give a crud anymore. So there you guys go. That's the whole video. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you did enjoy the video. I mean, I can't say you did or not, but if you did enjoy the video, please leave it a like and subscribe to stay tuned with my newest videos. And obviously, if this is your first video you're seeing on my channel, that's pretty bad. That's sad, actually. Ooh, I got a message. All right, guys. Peace.